Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra.
We're ladies.
And we tangent.
What's up, everyone? Hello. Did we even do that last week?
Yes.
We said that in the last episode?
I think we said it as soon as we started. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
If not, just double this one. Clip it, put it in
the same outfit.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Oh, yeah. I could do that.
This feels weird because normally when we do two in a row, it's one for Patreon. I have to remember I'm not my Patreon self.
Yeah, we can't be Patreon
Simmer
here.
down,
You
Sierra.
gotta calm it down. How about I'm getting a yard?
Okay.
Okay. Do you know how stupid it is to have to pay for dirt?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yep.
Like where I live up on a hill, and all of our everything around me is like rocky. It's like mountainous up there. And so it hurts to walk on my dirt because it's so rocky. And you can't plant grass because the seeds can't get in. Yeah. So I had to literally purchase dirt, topsoil for them to come and bring up to my house.
Yep.
And when I tell you, I looked outside and I saw a dump truck basically in the ground, like its wheels sunk. And I was like,
amazing.
Great.
Gonna need extra dirt for that spot.
I was like, I'm not paying for you to fill that hole in. I'll tell you that for free.
Oh, no.
But yeah, hopefully I'm going to have a yard.
That's good.
Soon.
That's good. Springtime and all that.
Yeah. So everyone who keeps looking at my house and being like, there's no grass. I'm working on it.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's also winter in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. But my boys they wanted to play in the dirt, and I was like, well, we can't play in the dirt because they like to dig, and we can't dig.
Yeah, this is gotta stay here.
So I gave them rakes, and then they were playing farm.
There you go. Okay, I like it. Use it to your advantage.
My mom FaceTimed them, and Forrest goes, Grandma, we made a farm. Do you want to see? And then just turned my phone upside down and showed my mom dirt for like 3 minutes until my phone died.
She was like, great.
Amazing. Glad I called.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, kids
So
on FaceTime are fun.
That's been what's going on with me. It's
so
just
fun.
My house is surrounded by dirt now. Also, I know we're going to play a card game.
Yes, we are.
I was watching same Benny Blanco's Selena Gomez interview.
Yes.
And he said that
we're not really strangers.
That's when their first kiss happened. They were playing that game, and his friend is the creator of it.
What?
And for some reason, because I've played that game,
it felt like we knew them.
Yeah. I was like, Benny, what's up?
Come be on
bro?
our podcast, brother. Well, that's crazy.
Did you guys on my podcast?
Dream Benny Blanco.
I do love him.
He's fun.
I do love him.
I don't know anything about him. But
me neither.
I think he seems like a good guy.
He seems just like a genuine,
wholesome
person.
I would say wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a whole person.
He's a full person.
Yep.
Not half.
I feel like you are going to read my tarot with the size of those cards.
So I got this off of TikTok Shop. The girl who created it was like doing her own thing. She's like, I wanted to play a game. Now it's supposed to be for a bunch of friends. I actually got it for when we hang out with Sabrina and Corinne because it's like for 2 or more, but it can also work for just 2 people. And essentially it says crave yourself. Do you find yourself craving more intimacy in your friendships, but you don't know where to start? And that's what I've always said with you. I wish we could get more intimate. This friendship deck is designed to provide a refreshing and natural way to deepen your friendships. Why am I shaking? Sorry.
I haven't. That. It's called the friendship deck, by the way.
Yes. I haven't. Ever since my colonoscopy, I feel like my blood sugar has been all weird. Yeah. Probably just
your body's
whatever.
Like, what are you doing?
What's
to us?
happening right now? Plus, I think I still have like crazy anxiety. So, anyways, I got the friendship deck. It says you start here. In your deck, you'll find 3 levels of cards, with each level requiring more vulnerability. Very similar to We're Not Really Strangers. These levels are there to ease you and your friends into the waters of emotional depth. Level 1 is green, level 2 is blue, and level 3 is pink. Within each level are individual cards, group cards, and 1 vulnerability card.
Interesting.
To play, you'll go around the room, just you and I, and pull a card to read and then answer.
Okay,
great.
Cool.
So fun. Do you want to start? We start green?
Yeah, sure.
Wait.
Let's start green.
Hold on. Okay. Green. I'll just put him in the middle of us.
Okay.
Green, blue, pink.
Okay. So we just pick a card, any card, or I just pick the one that's up top?
Yeah, pick the one up top.
We're going to do all of them?
No, that's crazy.
Well, you can see the question. Wouldn't you want to flip it upside down so we can't see the question?
Let's shuffle.
Like this?
Yeah, we'll shuffle though.
Okay.
Shuffle them all. Shuffle.
Yeah.
Shuffle. Okay.
I do love card games like this. Do you remember?
It's fun.
Right. Literally, like right after. Right in the beginning of my separation, the first thing we did was do a couples game on the podcast.
That's true. Yeah, nobody knew back then. That was fun.
Someone was like, "Hey, Jared, do you stand by calling Corey your husband?" And I was like, "More so than I ever have."
That's a fact.
Now that I'm dating his brother. Okay,
brosband.
Group question.
Okay, so we both answer.
Oh my gosh, this is literally the one that you sent to me as a suggestion.
Weird.
How did you learn about the birds and the bees?
Okay. I don't remember how I actually knew. And I want to say probably it was health class or my mom used to watch Baywatch. So I think it might have been an episode of Baywatch. But I don't have like that moment where I remember.
I know that I never had the talk.
No, me neither.
Even in
my parents
into college,
were like
never was it discussed.
My parents didn't know that I was sexually active until I told them I was pregnant. I was like, by the way, I'm not a virgin anymore and I'm knocked up, dude. They just wanted school to handle it for me, I think.
I think my first time I remember like there being some kind of a taboo-ness around birds and the bees or sex or whatever was when we were watching Titanic at my grandma's house and my dad freaked out and fast forwarded.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
The part. And I was like, you let me watch her draw her naked.
Yeah.
But you fast forward through her hand on the glass. Like,
I don't understand.
I didn't get watching it now, I get the innuendos.
Yeah.
But like as a kid,
you don't know.
I wouldn't have. But you got weird about it. So now I feel like something's happening.
Extra weird about it. Yeah. I can't remember the actual first moment. 20 years from now, what do you hope to be doing in your career? Interesting question. This is just for you, it must be.
Or is it you? You answer it for you.
No, you answer it.
No, you answer.
You want me to answer? Okay.
I think 20 years from now. Question
okay. What do I hope to be doing in your career? This probably same situation. I would potentially like to be branched out and doing something more, maybe like a book situation. Yeah. I've always wanted to write a book.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I would want to venture out and do anything different than this.
Yes.
It's either this or in 20 years, if I'm being honest, in 20 years, if I'm not podcasting, so I'd like to be retired.
Yes.
So we'll see if that's in the cards.
Yeah.
But that is a goal of mine to be.
That's such a long time to live from now.
You think?
20 years?
I don't think it's long enough.
Oh, you like your life, huh?
I do. I really do.
Oh, well, the turntables. No, I'm fine. I'm just tired. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really tired too, but then there's like...
I think recently, with all of your health stuff...
I've gotten a real, like...
perspective shift.
A real perspective shift. Because when it... potentially there is a time limit on it, I think you really start to realize that, like, oh my God, I could not see my kids again.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
I can't think about that.
And so I could be tired, but I also can't say that I wouldn't miss what I'm doing. Even though it's hard, really hard sometimes. I can honestly say that, like, when you think about it and there's actually like a potential, I'm like 20 years, give me 40 more, give me 50 more, give me 70 more. I'll live to be 103. I don't give a fuck.
Imagine you saying that at a different point in your life?
Never. But I want to see my great grandkids.
Yeah.
I want to see my grandkids. I want to see great grandkids. I would love that.
You know what's insane is like imagining myself at that age.
Yeah.
Because I know that
I'm not wearing a bra.
I'm just going to get shrivelier.
Yeah, I'm going to get shriveled.
Shrivelier.
I'm going to say whatever is on my mind.
I already sometimes smell like pee a little. So I can't imagine how much worse it's going to get.
Yeah. That's for sure. But I think that's okay.
That I smell like pee a little.
Yeah, we all do sometimes.
What were you like in high school? How have you changed and how have you stayed the same? I think I'm more like my high school self now than I have been in a very long time.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I would agree, actually.
Yeah, in the sense that, like, I had, like, an identity crisis when I went to college.
Yeah.
And I really struggled with liking myself and wanting to distance myself from a certain version. Where there was a period in high school where I kind of was, like, oblivious to that.
Yeah.
I was just kind of, like, existing.
Yep.
but I was existing in ignorance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm existing with knowledge, but acceptance. Like
right.
it's not an ignorance is bliss kind of thing. It's like I now knowledge is power and I feel more confident.
Sure.
So like, I think that's the difference. I was really insecure in high school and I was really unsure of myself. But I think the not caring, not putting, it's a real contradiction of like, I was insecure, but it wasn't in my looks. Like I didn't feel attractive.
Right.
But I didn't care that I didn't feel attractive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. 100%.
But also when I was in college, I felt like, and up until like maybe a couple of years ago, I felt like I was really hard to understand.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Right.
I felt like I was lost, and I think there were certain people in my life who liked that I felt lost because it was like nobody gets you like I get you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm actually not as complex. I'm actually really fucking simple.
Yeah,
it's not that hard to love me and to accept me. And so yeah, I think in some ways I'm different in a level of just like knowledge base and comfortability in myself.
Yeah.
But I'm still the same in the sense that I just don't give a lot of fucks.
Well, that's good.
Well,
I suppose that's a good way to be.
I guess.
I stopped giving fucks a while ago, I think. Share the story of my first kiss. Oh, like ever? Okay, I know exactly where it was. So I don't think I think I was like 15, almost 16 when I had my first kiss. I was pretty old. In terms of that.
16 as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was my very first boyfriend and I kind of knew it was coming because we would like talked about it.
You did?
So I was really nervous about, and I think I just wanted it out. They always talk about like your first kiss.
Rip the Band-Aid.
Magical. It's going to be this huge moment. And I thought it would be like in front of a waterfall.
You thought it was going to be like a bachelor moment?
Yeah. And instead it was just in my dingy basement rushing because his parents were coming to pick him up and my parents had just went upstairs.
Oh, no.
My mom. And so I was like, okay, well, you're going to go. And he was like, all right. And I remember, I think I like leaned down to put my shoes on and he went for it. And then I like, oh. And so I sat up and he was like, sorry. And I was like, no, it's okay. And then he leaned in again and then we kissed.
So it was in a basement?
Yeah, just
the opposite of a waterfall.
Oh, it was so, yeah. I mean, well, to be fair, that basement was musty. Yeah. It was wet for sure.
Yeah.
The basement had mildew. Much like a waterfall. Moss was growing. Yeah. But
that's sweet though.
It was cute because it was just a peck. It was just a peck. And then I had like
yeah, that is really sweet.
And then I was like, now we have to make out.
Now
what's that gonna be? And we did that. We did fuck.
No,
that never came. Well, it did, but really fun. It's all the complicated things.
It's really we're not there yet. We gotta get a pink card for that. I don't know. What is your favorite way to spend quality time with friends? I don't know.
You have a love language with people, but like partners. But what's your friend love language? I guess that's a good question.
I don't know.
I know mine.
I don't have a whole lot of. This is actually kind of embarrassing because Kay even asked me. She's like, I know you talk about like spending time with your cousin and like with Brady and your kids. She's like, do you? She's like, do you have any friends? And I'm like, not really.
You gotta get out there. You know, I didn't either, and I just started like I had to be the one to ask people to do things.
Well, part of my issue is I don't have a lot of childcare.
Yeah, that's true.
So like my schedule is weird in that sense, but I have enjoyed like there is one thing that me, Sierra, and Nicole will do is like we will simultaneously watch something but from our own houses and we will be in a group message talking about it.
That is fun.
So I like doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wish it was easier for adults
to get together
especially to have those moments.
I feel like there's two parts of adulthood. There's your early 20s. Well, three parts.
Yes.
Your early 20s and then you're in your 50s. And in both of those, you can get together with your girls and do like girlfriend things. But when you're in like the late 20s to 30s or wherever you're at in your parenting journey, obviously, I had a kid in my early 20s. So, but what I'm saying is that early motherhood
Yes.
part where you're all struggling with childcare, where you have kids 5 and under, or like even 10 and under, where it's difficult to get other people to watch them for long periods of time. There's not a lot of like, and when it's not going to be fun if you bring your kids when you get together, because you're all just like, don't do that, stop, don't touch, please don't break that, wait, you don't put that there, don't hit your brother, can you, you know what I mean? It's a lot of
mommy's talking, wait your turn.
So I think that part of parenthood and also trying to maintain friendship is fucking difficult. People don't talk about it enough because they're like, I just get together with my friends and all of our babies, and I'm like, and you have fun? No offense, but like, to me, I want to separate the two sometimes. I don't want to be mom all the time,
because it feels like you're at a play date.
And
so like, yes, I'm friends with the people who also brought their children, but I'm not able to relax.
I'm not.
So,
because my thing is like going out for dinner and drinks, or like when we went to the movies.
I really liked when we did that. When we went to the movies.
Things like that are my ideal friendship time. Like going out to dinner, going out for a drink, going to a movie, like getting out of the house, having a chance to like dress up, or even if we want to all just wear comfy clothes, but just getting out, being able to separate from motherhood. I think
that's why I really like tour so much, because even though we weren't going out necessarily,
we were out.
And it felt cool to be the thing that brought people with their friends. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
People were like, oh, we haven't seen each other in so long, or we like, all got
I just
together.
got a babysitter for the first night since my baby's been born, and like,
we went out to dinner. We made a whole weekend trip of it. Like that was really cool.
I love that. Share about an unrequited crush and
unrequited crush.
What is that? First of all, I gotta Google what the word means.
Unrequited
crush, and
is that like one that wasn't fulfilled?
The one that got away?
Is that what it is?
Let me tell you something. I fulfilled most of mine.
We were just talking about this at
many
dinner
that I didn't fulfill. Hold on.
Consider it filled.
Unrequited love. One-sided, a romantic affection that isn't reciprocated or understood as such by the person who is the object of that affection.
Oh, I have one.
So even when I had crushes where like we were younger, I just was talking to Jerry about this, that for the plot when I got older, I
saw it through, my boy.
I saw it through. Just for younger me. And always, most of the time, it wasn't anything special, but it felt good.
You built it up more in your head.
It felt good to see it through.
Yeah.
And I could do that because I was a semi-attractive female, and that was easy to do.
Yes,
like, if I was just like,
to it.
Hey, you want to hang out? There wasn't a lot of times I was turned down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know that I have one. Unless it's like a fake person that I don't know. Like, you know.
She's
like Josh Hartnett.
That seems pretty one-sided.
Never saw that through. And they are, where are they now? Still doing movies.
Gotta be.
Great. I think he's going to star in Verity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there we go. What a comeback.
I know.
Yeah. I had one when I was little. I had this huge crush, and I was like elementary school and he was like in high school. And so like, obviously that was not going to be reciprocated.
No, right.
Not only because he was in high school and I was in elementary school, but also because I learned he is a distant relative of mine. Well, so I didn't know that, like, his mom's mom was like my mom's cousin or my dad's cousin or something. I was like, oh shit,
guess we can't do this.
That's bad news. And he's like, well, you are 6, so that was never gonna happen anyway. But yeah,
fair enough. What's he doing now?
I think he works with your dad.
And I knew that's who it was.
He's got a twin.
Yeah.
I remember his twin did knock me down, though, at a basketball game. Like, on accident. He was messing. We were just playing.
She's just punching 6-year-olds.
He just, like, fucking knocked me down. I, like, slipped. And the other twin came and picked me up, and I sat on his lap, like, the whole basketball game. And I was like, this is awesome. I think he loves me.
I think we're in love. Oh, God.
To be a child. Yeah. What type of texter are you? Do you tend to overthink when someone has a different texting style or responsiveness level?
Interesting.
I think I'm a really chill texter.
Yeah.
I'll text you a lot, but I don't expect a response. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a double texter, triple texter. If I have something to tell you, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
But I don't expect you to respond to everything. Or if you're not responding for a period of time, the reasoning that I will fill in the blank is normally like a logical reason.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I think that's just like because you're also that person that will look at your phone and be like, I'll get back to that. And then you just don't.
I just don't.
That's how I am as well.
They didn't ask how I was as a responder.
Yeah, because I'm pretty.
Because I'm not.
Same.
I will start a conversation. Like, I just started a group chat and then said
abandoned it.
Abandoned the group chat. I'm that person.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
That's okay, though. I like that. I think I'm the same. I think maybe we'll do one more each of the green. Mm-hmm. Group question. Nope.
What is it?
Share about your parents.
No. They're friends. Our dads are brothers and our moms are friends.
And then it says, what are they like? Which parent are you more similar to?
Okay, that's
not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, we can answer that one. I just read share about your parents and I was like, stop it. They listen, I think, maybe sometimes sporadically.
I think I find myself being, I'm looking at it almost like a political scale. Okay. You know how you have like conservative,
I'm mom
liberal.
leaning.
Yeah, I'm like dad leaning.
Yeah, me too.
I would say moderate dad leaning.
I would say I'm also moderate dad leaning. I think that's why we get along so well, because our dads are brothers. So that works. I have parts of my mom with ADHD, but my dad has it too. But Corey will tell me that, like, when I'm in high energy situations, my mom comes out in me because she's very like, she wants to be like social butterfly. But I mask as my mom.
Yes.
It's not true my mom.
Yeah.
True me, I think, is more dadly.
Yes.
I just put on my mom's persona when I need it every once in a while.
I can tell when my mom's coming out of me. I thought about this the other day because Brady asked me a question. And now I would ask my mom a question and my mom would respond with several other questions. So I'd be like, hey, can I go to so-and-so's house? Who's all going to be there? Yeah. What time are you going? Are you spending the night? How are you getting there? Are you guys going to order food? Are you going to go anywhere else once you get there? And then I would answer all these questions and then she would just change the subject. And she would never give me an answer. And I'd be like, so can't I? Yeah. And I would be very fucking confused.
What was that whole back and forth for?
Yes.
If not.
So oftentimes, like, she was almost banking on me, like, not having one of the questions figured out. So she'd be like, well, it's a no until I have all the information. So I would really try and get a well-rounded thing together. But I say that because Brady asked me a question the other day. He was like, hey, would you ever be interested in going to, what the fuck? It's in West Virginia. What's it called?
Casino?
No, it's a hunting store.
Ew.
I know. I don't remember what it's called.
I couldn't tell you.
But it's a big hunting store.
I don't know anything about hunting stores anywhere.
Oh.
I know Rural King and Tractor Supply.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
Hey, what's the place in West Virginia you wanted to go to?
Oh, Bass Pro.
No, it wasn't Bass Pro.
No, it's why can't I think of the name?
Not the Xbox controller.
First of all, I don't need to hear this rhythmic wet slapping that's happening over here.
Cabela's.
Okay, thank you. That's all I needed.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
I thought Cabela's was an Italian restaurant.
Nope, Cabela's is what he wanted to go to.
Okay. Bass Pro Shop. I heard him.
I was like, Bass Pro Shop? I didn't remember that. No, Cabela's. He's like, would you want to go to Cabela's? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And he's like, it's a hunting store. And I just gave him a look like, is that a real fucking question? No, I don't want to go. But I didn't say that. He's like, well, they've got like a big aquarium. They've got like, it's an attraction. Like there's a lot of stuff there.
An aquarium?
They have an aquarium.
Okay.
And they have like stuffed animals, like taxidermy, not like.
Oh.
But I'm sure they probably also have stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's like a place people go. It's like a big deal, I guess.
Okay, sure.
And so I'm like, when? And he's like, maybe this weekend. And I was like, with who? He's like telling me, and I'm like, would we ride with them or drive separate? and he's answering.
You're
and
like, I'm
okay.
trying to get a way to get out of this.
And so I go, all right. And he goes, so you got to give me something. And I was like, I got nothing, brother. I don't know.
I was really hoping you'd tell me something where I could do a hard no.
And then I realized I'm like, I'm being my mom and just asking you questions so I don't have to answer you. I don't think I have answered him to this day.
You just made him even more confused with that message. Great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was just banking on him being sick still and then us not going.
That's what I'm like, one of us will be ill when this comes around again. One of us or one of the kids, and we'll have an out.
Yep.
All right, we're moving on to blue, people.
Yep.
Gotta do it. What's a quality from someone here you wish you could cultivate more into your life? I feel like we've answered a question like this before.
Well, we're different people now.
That is true.
We're very different people now, I think.
Your willingness to not care if you're alive. I don't think that's a good one.
I don't think that's a good
Could
one.
be useful.
Indifference to life
and living. No, I would say just like your not anxiety about maybe health things or life things sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I don't
in the
have
way that they stop me sometimes from.
Yeah, I am very much. You are. It's bad until they tell me it's not.
Yes,
and I'm. Everything's fine until they tell me otherwise.
Yes, because I have to be a planner. I'm a planner, so I need to have a plan B, plan C. Because when they tell me, if they tell me that bad news, I can't just be knocked on my ass and be like, well, now what? I have to be like, all right, kind of saw that coming. Fair enough.
Yeah.
On to plan B. You know what I mean? It's a survival technique, I think. So, yeah. But I would like to not be so worried all the time sometimes. I feel like it helped me when it needed to help me.
Yeah.
And now I feel like maybe it's hindering me, and I wish that it wouldn't.
I think... Oh, wait. I don't have to answer that.
It wasn't a group question, but you could if you wanted to.
Do you want me to answer?
If you want to. Dealer's choice. Why I'm dealer.
So?
Picker's choice.
You still picked it.
What are you in this scenario?
I don't know. Player's choice.
Players. That's what I was trying
Players
to
go play. I think I would really like your confidence.
Thank you.
I think that you have.
It's false. It's again kind of fake it till you make it. Situation.
I don't think it is. I think
really?
you have. Yes, because I'm not just
really nice.
talking
Thank
about
you.
physical.
Yeah, no.
I'm talking about like mental confidence, and even if something is like hard for you. You, as of late, like from beginning of the podcast till now, like this is something that you have cultivated in you, is this self-assuredness.
That is true.
And
Thank you.
Something that
you got to get it. I don't know where it came from or how, but I just started really telling myself I was a bad bitch every day, and I was like, "Look at you, fucking bad bitch."
I'll tell you,
singing Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla lyrics to my face in the mirror and believing them. Believe that you got that bad bitch inside you.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that's what did it, but
that and like you're also. It's so funny because it's kind of like what I was describing about myself, like my high school self versus my now self. There's this like duality about you where I know you're not a confrontational person.
No,
but you do confrontation well. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
So like when you are confrontational, when you do face those things, I like really respect how you do it.
Thank you.
And
you know
that's
why?
A strength.
It's because I've replayed every bad scenario in my mind, and I've came up with a plan B, plan C. So I feel like, okay, worst case scenario, we're screaming at each other.
Yeah.
We're in a physical altercation. We're physical with each other.
I'm
playing
avoidant.
B. Yeah.
I'm
and
avoidant.
I was for a long time. I don't, like I said, I don't really know when it shifted, but it did shift somewhere. And I think I really had to like trust myself.
Yeah.
And like,
well, it's weird because like my avoidantness is not because I don't want confrontation, because I don't mind confrontation.
Right.
I like to deal with things head on.
like confrontation.
But I think that I was so proactive where I was trying to like make sure no one else had to deal with anything, that like me being avoidant is me being like, it's not my responsibility.
And that,
you know what I mean?
That's something I think it eventually will like, the longer you're away from those situations, the more you unlearn those, the more you get into your own groove and start trusting yourself, backing fully yourself.
I feel like
you're not helping someone else along.
Well, and I feel like I was doing too much.
Exactly.
Because I thought I had to.
Yeah.
And I think that in the beginning, you were not pushing yourself fully because you were like,
I can't.
What if I'm terrible at this?
Yeah.
And so now you're like, no, I'm not. And so like you're going further with things.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's like that.
Oh, thank you. That's
you know,
really
it's
nice.
just like that.
It's like a little bit of this
It's
and
like
a little
that.
bit of
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Group question. Have you...
Oh, no!
I don't think we can do this.
I think I know what this is. I think I've read this one.
Have you ever gone through a friend breakup? Share what happened.
No. We probably can't talk about
No.
this. Fair enough.
So,
wait, were you going to say yours?
I thought it meant ours.
Oh, I thought they just met with another person.
Oh, I've gone through many with other people.
Yeah, me too. But I still probably don't want to talk about it. I don't know if they're listening or not.
No, this is the thing. These games aren't made necessarily for the internet.
No, well, and there's actually a card that it says, like, guidelines. What's shared in the room stays in the room.
Yes.
But it's like,
the room is the internet, so we have to be careful. Yeah. What part or parts of your body do you most compare to others?
Oh, damn.
That's tough.
That is tough.
That's tough because it's like everything.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to narrow. I mean, I know that people have like problem areas that they would identify in themselves, and they're like, oh, it's my stomach. Oh, it's my boobs. Oh, it's my butt. Oh, it's my face.
Oh,
my nose.
So my boobs too.
But like,
even though I think I have nice boobs, but I'm always comparing them to other people's boobs.
Really?
Big boobs, small boobs, skinny boobs, tall boobs. I'm calling all boobs.
Green boobs, glob boobs.
Every boob I see, I'm like, I think it's because I like boobs. So every time I see a pair, I'm like, I would love those.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just
would
a little bit of
love
envy.
them, or would you love to have them?
And I don't know. That's the thing.
The question.
I don't know if it's like envy on my part or just like appreciation.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind mine, but then every time I see someone else's, I'm like, I could let those on my body, I think would look great.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah. I think I could you could probably point to an area on my person, and I would say yes.
Same.
That I compare it to someone else.
Down to the fact that I was like shit talking my toes when I was getting a pedicure the other day because of
me with my hands.
Because my one toe is long, my middle toe is longer than my big toe, and it's always been so embarrassing to me.
My second toe's longer than my big toe.
That's same.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's the thing.
I think it's a genetic trait for you and I actually on our dad's side.
So somebody posted a picture of their hand because they got nails that were similar color to mine.
Yeah.
And they were like, inspo, Jerry Simus, whatever. And so I shared it, and somebody wasn't like reading it and thought that that was my hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is not my hand. And my immediate thought was, my hand is... And then I thought all of these negative things about my own hand. Like I have a really bony, like you can see all of my tendons, and I have a really veiny hand, and I had been told that I had like wrinkly old lady hands when I was younger. And so like I am so very insecure, and I think that's why I never wanted my nails done for the longest time, because I didn't want to draw attention to them.
Well, that's why I wouldn't wear lipstick or anything like that, because my teeth were, I was like, I don't even want to draw attention to my mouth. I hope you don't even notice I have a mouth. Don't even look in that direction.
Don't look at her. Yeah. I am that way with my eyes, my nose, my smile. Just about, you could, like I said, point to anything and I'll overthink it.
So weird because at the end of the day, it's a skin suit.
Yes.
And I thought about this as I'm like getting ready. I've been getting myself prepped. I got a pedicure. I got my nails done to go on my honeymoon. I got my hair done. I got this new hair mask thing that was making it so whatever. And I thought about that all as I had a lady shove a scope up my ass. I was like, all of this doesn't matter because she's right up in she's looking at the insides. And we're all.
And that's what counts.
Just a pile of intestines at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So who gives a shit? Because if no matter what I'm doing on the outside, something could be wrong on the inside.
What's weird is like I don't. It's weird again because I can compare it, but I'm like I'm not gonna do anything about it.
Yes,
and I'm not necessarily shaming myself always.
It was
worse.
A comparison.
It just is a comparison. It was worse when I was younger.
Agreed.
It was very much so bad, but I was also very insecure.
Yeah.
I used to say like I don't care what I look like because somebody loved me like when I was married, but I was probably my most insecure. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just it is what it is.
It is what it is. Life's weird. You know, share something you think about a lot, but don't talk much about.
Girl, your brain never stops.
I was like, fucking, what do you mean? What do I think about a lot, but I don't talk much about? Dying. Probably. I don't like to talk about it because I feel like I'm going to jinx myself. But I do think about it often.
You have a lot of medical anxiety. You think about all of the things that can go wrong.
Yeah, and, that sucks. Because again, like we were saying with the body part, the weirdest part to me is like all of this could be like you could get it looking supreme, but if you're not taking care of the inside,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
What, you want to be a beautiful corpse?
No,
congratulations.
I don't. So yeah, I just really am trying.
Speaking of that, I did see something where someone was like, "I want to be cremated, but I will still have an open casket, and it will be a life-size Muppet version of me in there." I was like, I love that.
That is good. That is good.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think what I don't talk about how I'm feeling on any given day. That's it. Okay, that's all.
Group question. I wish someone told me this about sex.
That you shouldn't. Okay. Let me just. You're both supposed to be. It's supposed to be enjoyable for all parties involved.
Yes.
And if there's something that's happening that's not enjoyable, don't pretend that it is.
Yes.
Communicate with each other, and if you're with somebody who doesn't like that you're telling them to switch something up because it makes them feel, I don't know, insecure
it just
or whatever.
Triggers their ego.
That's not your problem because it's supposed to feel good for both people.
Yes.
And any partner who you're sleeping with should care about it feeling good for you as much as they care about it feeling good for them.
Yep.
Period. It's a pleasure moment.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
You just don't have to pretend to enjoy something you're not enjoying. And that goes beyond sex.
Did you see what Chappell Roan said? I'm going to get graphic for a moment.
Yeah.
Because she was on Call Her Daddy. Did you know that?
Yes.
She said, she was like, I didn't realize. I thought like eating out was going to be difficult, right? She's like jaw hurting, neck hurting, whatever. She's like, it's so fucking easy. You know what's not easy? Sucking dick. She's like,
true.
And you know why I thought the roles were reversed is how often it's kind of like expected of us to do when it's not reciprocated because they're like, it tastes bad. It's whatever. Like whatever, my jaw hurts. Do you know what also happens? It tastes bad. My jaw hurts. Whatever. All of those things. It's like both can be, if you're not comfortable doing it, you shouldn't force yourself to do it for the other person. But that should go both ways.
Yes.
So, yeah, just always remember that. I like that she said that because I was like, good for fucking her for saying that.
Good for fucking her.
Good for fucking her.
Your turn.
I didn't say that, by the way. She said that. Oh, this is a good group question after that last one. Share your favorite physical feature about yourself.
Oh.
You have to.
This is so sad.
I know, because I can't think of one either. I'm like, what can I think of?
I would say I have grown to love my butt.
Okay.
And the color of my eyes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the color of your butt.
No.
I was like, white?
No. Pink.
The color of your eyes is very pretty.
Thanks.
I would also say potentially... hold on. I'll get there.
So hard. Hey, if you guys, please answer this in the comments.
Yeah, we want to know. What do you love about yourself? And is it this hard to come up with something?
Yeah.
Every time I go to say something, I'm like, wow, I don't like that about it. Maybe my... You know what? I actually kind of love the color of my hair.
Okay.
Which I never liked before. I like that dark. It's my natural, like dark, but not when it's gray.
You know what's crazy?
I do color it so it's fake.
Several things.
So
about
can
you.
I with you? And maybe I would say maybe my teeth now that I got them fixed. I do like them, but my mouth is a hole now.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say that's a really positive thing. You've just like a nice face.
Do I? Yeah. Corey says the same thing. I could tell you a million things wrong with it. And you know why? It's because I accidentally opened my phone on the inverted filter and I looked like
don't do that.
I looked like a creature.
That's not fair.
I was like, why am I so unsymmetrical? What the fuck happened here?
Yeah, that one where you go back and forth and you can flip it. Don't do that.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate that.
Welcome.
I would also say I love your hair. I've always loved your hair. I'm
not
obsessed
real,
with you.
thank you.
Even the real parts of it. The color, the everything, you know. Plus, you know, I like your body more than mine.
I like your body more than mine.
Let's friggin', what's it called?
Freaky Friday.
Oh, I was going to say Parent Trap. That's a different twin movie.
There's no twins in Freaky Friday. There is going to be a sequel, though.
I saw that. I'm really excited.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, love Lindsay Lohan. Have always been rooting for her.
Me too. We're rooting for you.
We're all rooting for you.
Yeah. Are we moving on to
Are
pink?
we straight pink now?
One in the pink.
Ew.
Who do you imagine has or will have the best sex life here?
Very strange. You think?
Yeah.
Has had? Is that what you're saying? Or will have? What are you saying to me right now?
Has or will have.
Yeah.
Right now, my antidepressants are making it a real struggle for me.
That's true. You're so right about that. You're so right. And I'm about to go on my honeymoon.
Yeah.
It's about to get awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, when you're listening right now, I'm home from it. I bet I had a great time. You gotta hope. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Are there people in this room you have different... At another time, this could have been a very different question. You have different religious or spiritual beliefs from. Share about how you hope to navigate this in your friendship.
Interesting
question.
That is worded very well because it
is
was scary at the beginning.
I know.
How it was worded.
I would say we probably are pretty aligned nowadays on how we think. We're not like, I don't think either one of us believes in nothing. Yeah, but we also didn't put a name or a like.
We're probably agnostic if we had to pick something.
But I definitely believe there's a stronger power, and I believe in that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We navigated it well when we were different, I feel. I was still very much like, respect you, but also.
Well, I don't. Hey, vice versa when roles were reversed.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever questioned if you belonged in this group? If so, share more. If not, share why it's a place you feel you belong.
Oh, these are really good questions. See why I like
That's such a tough question to like answer in a group of people.
I know.
No, I would say I've always, if it's you and I, I've always felt like no matter where we were, whether we were at school, and maybe you didn't feel this way with me just because of like the group that I was around. But
but even when it was just at school, maybe not when there was group settings, but like when we were at holidays and it was just us two, I always said that.
Or even when we were in classes together. Because we did have some classes together in high school.
And where there weren't other people. It was just us sitting beside each other and we couldn't shut the fuck up.
Yes. Or like, okay, I know we're supposed to be doing government. Sierra and I are going to go play Uno in the back of this classroom. So
we did.
I don't really care what you're saying.
No. We should have paid more attention.
We really should have.
Maybe in that class.
Maybe we should.
It's fine.
That was like an hour long though.
It was really long.
We had longer than everyone else, and so we had
Yeah.
extra time, and we played Uno.
We did, yeah.
But no, I would say that like if I was, this sounds so gay.
Can't say that, Hillary Duff.
I don't mean it like that. I mean like actual homo.
Okay. Okay.
If I were in a room with people, I would look for you.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I
beautiful. It is.
So,
That,
like-
hey, no homo, all
Homo.
and all incest. That's fine. No, I agree. I did the same thing, especially at like, well, anything school related or whatever.
Yeah.
We always kind of found each other. I feel like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
still
yeah.
do that now.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you go out and we're in a group of people, we will end up normally sitting by each other, hanging
Yes.
out together, and doing that thing. So
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Imagine doing this with like a group of people though that you maybe don't talk.
Yeah.
This is a good.
Yeah.
You should get this.
This will end your friendships.
Good. It definitely good. That's a wild thing to ask. What the fuck?
You got
Who do you consider to be the most powerful person here?
Oh.
And share why? That's a crazy question.
I hope
I would say we both have our powers. What were you going to say? You hope what?
I would hope you would say yourself.
No! I think we are equally powerful in maybe different ways. I think we both have really powerful things. Obviously, we started a cult accidentally.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah.
I think maybe together we're ultimately powerful.
I think that's so true.
Yeah.
I think if we put our powers together,
Because
we're good or evil.
because I've always said, like, if it's not with Sierra, I can't do this. Like,
Agreed.
this would not
Agreed.
work if it wasn't us.
100%.
And I will say we've been in meetings with different networks and talking about the future of the podcast. And like what often comes up is people compliment us on our dynamic.
Yes.
And how they're like, we get you don't have a whole lot of guests.
yeah,
And like
it's not like a guess.
you're not a podcast that has to rely on it because
That was so nice
of
of
that.
those people to say.
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice thing. And so that's why I think like, yeah, a united power.
Yeah.
But I think I wanted you to say
UP.
you. I think I wanted you to say you because I wanted you to like say,
I mean, I definitely feel powerful because here's the deal. When we started this, I would have always said you
Yes.
over me for
Yes.
a long time. So I think even that I'm at the starting line with you is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's good. I
Yeah.
would say to me, that's growth, maybe.
and see, in my mind, I've always viewed you or wanted
Yeah.
you to do that, but I knew that you wouldn't.
Mhm.
And so I think my natural inclination when I
Yeah,
hear
you'd
that
be
is
like,
like, please
do it.
Please
It's
feel
gotta be
powerful. Yeah.
It's gotta be you. That's a great song.
What is that song?
Backstreet Boys. Gotta be I
don't think that was.
Yeah, I can't control it anymore. Ready? One more time. I never felt like this before. You better turn it on. You really made me lose my.
You're gonna get us copyright.
All right, sorry.
Freaking, you sound just like that.
I knew I would.
Something I'm having to navigate
Wait,
right
Jerry,
now.
real quick. Sorry, it's the one that goes bye bye. It's the way you
Oh, okay.
okay. I was like, you will understand.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm
okay.
there.
Sorry.
Why am I getting these questions? Something I'm having to navigate right now with food and my body image is.
Oh my god! I can speak for this.
Go for it.
Well, just kind of what I said. I'm trying to really lean into the fact that like my organs, I've seen them.
Mhm.
I've seen them now up close.
You feel like you've done them dirty.
I've seen them through a scope. I've seen
Uh-huh.
them on a CT.
Yeah.
Today, I'm getting an MRI,
Yep.
so I'll really be seeing them. And I feel like I really wasn't thinking about them as much as I was thinking on my outer shell.
Yeah.
And so I'm working more towards fueling my inner organs and not my outer shell. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And you
I
know
want to
what?
prioritize those.
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
I'll agree with that.
It-
Also,
no
I think
matter-
I'm going to take my hair out
Okay.
because my natural hair is like.
I would
Here?
say before we go to the beach, definitely do it before we go there because
Yeah.
I had extensions when we went to
Miserable.
miserable. Not to
Miserable.
mention it's really windy there, and then it would just be a tangled, matted. Ooh,
Yeah, I just think that my hair is at a length, and I think if I get her to give me a haircut instead of me just like trying to grow out the choppiness that I had.
I'll tell you, the length my hair is now is normally exactly when I would chop it.
Yep.
And because I get regular trims and haircuts and it looks nice when it's down because it doesn't look, frayed, split ends, whatever. It doesn't just look like it's blah.
Yeah.
It's like actually nice. It's a lot easier for me to not want to chop it all
fuck
off.
with it?
Yeah.
No,
So I think
got it.
you are probably right around where my hair is.
Mm-hmm. We'll go find out.
Hell yeah, I'm here for it. Vulnerability card. Oh. Choose one person in the room. That's not fair. And tell them something you wish they would see in themselves.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, you kind of answered it, but I think it's confidence.
In myself?
In yourself. I think you sometimes still pretend to be as confident. You're like a fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that sometimes that inner insecurity is still lingering in there. You don't want to show it, but I think that potentially it is. And I wish that you saw the confidence that you believed in it.
Yeah.
As much as you.
I think that for a long time, my worth, and I'm still working on it, was compiled of what I did for everyone else.
100%. Yeah.
And now figuring out how
you can be worth something just being.
Yeah. And I am, it's like a chore that I have to do every day, is like to tell myself like I'm not in trouble.
Yes.
Or I'm not doing, I'm not
wrong.
failing people.
Yeah.
So like today I was getting the boys ready for school, and Brady started cleaning the kitchen. He started putting the dishes away, and
you're immediately like, fuck, I should be doing that.
Well, and I knew when I went to bed last night, I was like, this place is a wreck.
Yeah.
It is a wreck, but I was so tired.
Yep.
And Brady's been working the last couple days, and so like I didn't want to do it. And I was like, you know what? This is a tomorrow problem.
Yep.
And normally if I would make it a tomorrow problem, my first thought is if somebody else does it, then I'm like, oh,
you're in trouble
fuck,
for
it. You're yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like Brady has told me 1,000 times, and he's like, I'll tell you as many times as you need me to tell you. But if I'm cleaning, it's because I want it cleaned.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm keeping the scorecard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because I'm trying to like show you.
Took me a long time to realize with Corey as well. A long time.
So I'm in that phase where I'm not reading into every little thing that's happening around me, and that's helpful.
It takes a minute.
That's the thing, is like
it does.
I judge myself because I'm not where I would like to be yet, and I think it's because obviously enough time hasn't passed. But like I don't know how much time needs to pass, but I'm also like shaming myself because I'm not like immediately
think about
better.
it. After my abusive relationship and I met Corey, I still clung on to like the feelings of worthlessness and not good enough for probably 4 to 5 years into our relationship.
Yeah.
It was a slow process. Like it took, and that sucks when you hear that, because you're like, but it's unlearning all of those things that you were told, that you were taught, that was like shoved in your brain.
Yep.
And you're just like, you have to remember your worth and not what you've been told.
Yeah.
And that takes forever, because you can look at that person. I'm speaking for myself here, not anybody else's on this couch's situation.
Yeah.
You can look at that person and be like, fuck you. I know what I was worth and I'm better than you. Da, 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 da. Who the fuck were you to even tell me that? But like that voice is still lingering in there. So it's difficult to pull that apart, because it sounds like your voice.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like my voice. It sounds like your new partner's voice.
Well, it's
even if they're not saying that.
Yes.
You know?
And it's a conditioned thing since like childhood.
Yes.
It's not like it's something I developed
exactly
when I was older.
It just was. It's like the dump truck. The dirt was soft, but then someone ran that fucking big ass dump truck into it, and it really made those ruts deep.
It sunk it.
It sunk it in, you know, because that dirt was The dirt was soft as fuck.
It was always going to sink.
It was always going to sink if you put something heavy and dumpy on top of it.
And I always will.
That's a fact. Look at her ass. It's great.
Stays dumpy.
It does. It's your turn.
It's your turn. Oh, it's my turn.
I was like, I just did the vulnerability
group question. Okay. Do you have an area of your life you are currently healing in? Yeah.
All of it. He's dumb.
What are you, stupid?
Yeah, I would say we're a constant process of healing.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say, would you say that yours is more physical?
Yeah.
Right now?
Definitely physical.
Yeah. Mine's, I think, emotional.
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 Emotional. Mine's also kind of a little bit mental because I have to just really, I keep telling myself that what's happening isn't my fault. If the worst case scenario is happening, it's not my fault.
Yes.
Even like the Crohn's flare and stuff.
Yep.
How bad it's gotten recently. I have to keep reminding myself that that's not my fault. And
right.
Like I didn't do something to deserve that, or I didn't accidentally put that into the universe. Those are like weird intrusive thoughts I'm getting where I'm like, somehow this was my
karmic
fault. I did this. Yeah.
But it's also hard for it to be no fault of anything.
Yeah.
For it to just be, because then it's
that's
like
scary. That can just happen.
Yeah. For what? And why me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's hard. Yeah.
Who in the room? Well, I'm not going to do, because it says, who in the room do you wish you had a deeper connection with? You're the only person here. So
you try to get deep with me or what?
So deep. Have everyone in the group go around and give you a compliment. Well, that sounds fun.
I feel like, what more can I tell you? I feel like you've got a stunning outer shell, and also I feel like you have had one of the most
stunning outer shell is the best thing anyone's ever said about me.
Well, I also think that like your character arc,
thank you,
over the podcast, but like over your life in general, I think you've had an incredible character arc. I think that,
oh my god, the book lover in me loves that.
I know that. Can you tell I'm reading more?
It's beautiful.
I'm almost done with Onyx Storm.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
By this time I should be done with it when this comes out.
Hell yeah! What do you have queued up? Anything?
Nothing.
Okay,
I never know until
it's just what
this is time.
What
I feel like
I
I was done with thrillers. And then I needed to go fantasy, but now I feel like I need a break from fantasy, so I'm gonna...
Okay. Because I was going to tell you the book that I was reading, which was sent to us, actually, by a
Bones,
listener.
right?
Bones. Yeah.
Yep.
Really good, by the way, guys. Bones. K.L. Spear is who did it. Right? Oh, my God. Yeah. K.L. Spear. I want to make sure that I'm right. And she sent it to us. I just read it. It is fantasy-ish, but it's more like dystopian.
Okay.
It's more like the world ended and then this, and now it's like,
now it's this.
So it's elements of fantasy, but not full fucking different universes.
Yep.
There are some like different groups of people.
Yes.
But you might like that book because it's a little bit of romance too.
Okay.
There's like a romantasy element there. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's fun, but it also has thriller aspects. A little sad. And by little I mean devastating.
Great.
So maybe hold on.
Great.
Until you're mentally there for that. I liked it.
Okay.
Oh, it's your turn. And it's got a sequel. I have to read the second one. What? Oh, God, what?
I'm getting torn apart at this fucking game. Share about a time recently that was really lonely for you.
Oh, God. Okay, tell us about it. We want to know. And then give me another compliment. Just kidding.
Well, I think when Kay asked me if I had any friends,
that
was
would be a tough
moment. But also, Brady works 12s.
Yeah.
And so, like, he works different days.
Yeah.
And he'll work every other weekend. And he's gone the whole weekend.
Ugh.
And then there are weekends when I don't have my kids.
Yeah.
And so there are nights where I'm, like, completely alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably when I feel the most lonely.
That's when you got to go through your phone, pick a contact, say, what are you doing tonight? You down for dinner? And then you do it. It's scary, but you got to get out there, girl. You got to be the one. I started doing it and it worked.
I'll be the one.
And then I made friends. Unless you don't want to go and do anything.
I don't know. That's what's hard.
I know.
That's what's hard because like sometimes.
Because I never want to actually go do it. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
But then once I'm out, I'm like, why don't I do this more often?
Yeah.
I should do this more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, I don't know.
Well, for a while, you and I weren't even able to record until the weekends, or we would like. So, like, I got a lot of work done on the weekends, and so I was like, it's a real weird situation to be in. But that's when I feel probably the most lonely is when no one else is in my house. Yeah. And it's just me and the dogs,
and a lot of reality TV.
Yep, and a lot of fucking dragons.
This is a weird question that I'm also. Which person's family here makes you the most envious? Just kidding. Okay. Oh, great. What's your greatest insecurity about yourself? I think I'm annoying. I think that people think I'm annoying. I think I'm annoying. I think
Really?
I annoy people. Yeah. That's my greatest insecurity, is that people will find me really annoying.
So do you think that's why you like want to do so many things that are like public facing, because in a way you are like avoiding that validation by presenting yourself to people and having them choose you?
Yeah, maybe.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm not forcing myself on them. It's just kind of like,
I'm here.
Yeah. If you want to, and then it is kind of validating when people are like, no, I like spending time with you. I'm like, you sure?
Yeah.
You positive?
It's almost like exposure therapy in a way.
It is. It really is. Yeah, that's true. Wow. I never thought about it. That just unlocks something inside of me. Because truly, when people are like, oh my God, Sierra talks so much, it's fucking,
but that's probably
that's like
you
my number one thing where I'm like, oh fuck, was I being too much? Was I like being over the top? Was I interrupting? Was I being annoying? Are they like, shut up, we want to hear from Jerry? Like,
well, I think that's why you probably do better on the podcast, on stage, on your stream, because you don't have that thought to, it's more so like, I'm a character. I'm Sierra the podcaster. I'm Sierra, like I'm at my job. Yeah. And so it's not so much if people don't like it, it's not
it's like
really you. You know what I mean?
That's entertainment, Cece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I don't do anything with people either. I just hang out with Corey, because if he finds me annoying, I'm like, your dumbass married me. That was fucking stupid.
So now what?
Prepare to get annoyed forever,
idiot. Group question. Oh yeah. You want to end on this one?
Okay.
This is kind of sad.
Oh no!
This is really sad.
You said as if these all weren't like horrible.
I know.
In a good way.
Oh God.
Okay.
What's one thing you ache for your friends to say to you?
That is sad.
So sad.
Well, I'm going to piggyback. I would love for my friends to say, like, I love hanging out with you. I love being around you.
But would you believe them?
No. Okay. But honestly, maybe. If they also...
If they ever said it.
If they also then, like, actively chose to hang out. And that's why, like, it took me a while for certain friends.
Yeah.
Like, Nicole and I were friends, quote unquote, for, like, 10 years. And then, but never hung out. And then she started inviting me and doing things. Like, she was always the one that reached out. Mm-hmm. And it took me a lot of her doing that to be like, she actually does like you.
She actually wants to spend time with me.
I think she does like you. And so then I could do it back to her. And I wasn't going to be like, she's not going to feel like obligated. That's, I think, my biggest fear is that people will feel this obligation to not hurt my feelings and hang out with me for the pity of it. And like, I can't imagine that. It's why I've always told Corey, I'm like, if you ever got to a point where you were like these Temptation Island guys and you felt like you were wanting other people, just cut it off. I would rather you not pretend to stay with me out of like, I don't want to hurt you. Yeah. It hurts me more if you're pretending.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry. I didn't, whatever you were going to say.
No, I think I agree with, the being afraid of like the obligation thing. I think because I am usually the person who is like brought along with other people. And so like I get introduced to other people's friends and then I quote unquote become friends with them. And I was like, are you friends with me? Because so like that's why it's funny when people are like Sierra's friend Nicole.
Yeah.
Because I'm like in my mind, if I create this like distance from people, then it won't hurt as much if I'm not included.
Sure.
And I'm not, if I don't feel thought of.
Same.
Because I've never really felt like anyone's priority.
Yeah.
And that's a me problem because it's not like people haven't tried.
Right, for sure.
But yeah, I think I just want to know that I'm not failing people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't hate me.
Oh!
Or think like the worst of me.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest fear is that I'm doing something and someone's not telling me.
Yeah.
And they're just pretending that.
Yeah, it's like that
they don't hate me.
Well, I think that goes back to like the old relationships or things from our childhood that we've been in where we've had people telling us one thing and thinking and acting a very different way. It creates a really weird reality.
So disorienting.
Where you are like, you're telling me all of these amazing things that you like and love about me, but you're treating me like you don't like me. You're treating me like you hate me. And I don't understand.
Said that this was okay, and now you're telling me it wasn't ever okay, and I wouldn't have continued doing it, or I would have made a different choice. I would have done. It's almost just like, what do you think of me if this is like where you're putting the bar?
Yeah,
your expectation for me. This is what you're filling the blanks in with this.
Yeah,
and that reflects on how you view me.
Right.
Especially if the way you're filling those blanks in is negative.
Mean. Yeah, negative. Yeah, for sure.
And so I just want to know that people, when they fill in the blanks with me, that it's not negative. Or if it
100%.
is negative, that they feel comfortable enough to share it with me.
Yes.
Which I think is going back to one of the questions before where I was talking about your character arc or like the things, your confidence and not, is like, that's something that I value about our relationship is that you...
I really started to
you will do that.
Yeah.
And
I do it to anybody.
Wanted you to.
Yeah. I'll do it to anybody.
Yeah.
Because I truly believe you're not a good friend to somebody if you're not honest about... If you're just enabling your friends and behind their backs, you're like, that's not the right way to be doing things.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, that's not a real...
Right.
You're just like a... Well, you're almost like setting them up for failure then.
Right. How much do you really actually care then?
Yeah.
About what happens to them.
And your friend might be mad at you for a minute, but eventually, like we've said, both of us, those words, those thoughts will sink in. And then it might like grow later on. And then you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
That was true.
You gotta...
And thanks for looking out.
Well, and you gotta hope that person, when they receive it, that even if it hurts, they're filling the blanks in that this came from a place of love. And even though it's hurting me now, that they're doing it because this person cares. And obviously I don't mean that in a way if someone's being mean to you.
Yeah.
To be like, no, they like you. When they push you down on this playground.
No, not at all.
They like you. No, that's not what I mean. But
I think it is healing a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you. But for me and what I said, I think the podcast does heal that part of me a little bit. Because it is like, these are people who have no obligation to listen to us, to hang out with us, to like support us in any way. And they continue to do so week after week after week. And like, it's very comforting to see through many character arcs that we've had, through many different storylines, through many different people that we've been and will be in the future. I think that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And it is.
Thank you guys for that.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
I needed to make them feel like they were also in the room because I do think about you often, and you are here with us. Right now.
Yeah, imagine we just pick up one of the questions
like,
and
for
Dora
you.
the Explorer.
Now it's your turn. Answer in the comments any of the questions.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway,
I hope you had fun. I
hope you had a nice time on your honeymoon.
I do too. I hope I'm doing well today.
Me too.
This day.
I feel like this day is going to be a real turning point for us because we got stuff.
We have some stuff going on today, but that's okay.
But then we got stuff coming up too.
We do, and I'm looking forward to it.
And we're gonna get on it,
and everything's gonna be,
and it's gonna be fine.
Really good.
Yep.
The turning point is
up. Is now.
It's going up. That's what it said when we did our astrology, it said we were going to have a rocky fucking winter spring, remember? But then it said there was going to be a spring summer change and everything. It was going to be,
coming up roses or whatever.
That's what I was looking for in my head. I was saying pushing up daisies. And I was like, that's not right at all. That is not what I mean. And that is not.
No.
That's not the thing at all. God. Okay,
anyways, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Do us a favor, hit like, download, subscribe, do whatever. Hit so many fucking buttons that you're like, is this enough?
Yeah.
And then hit one more, okay? We love you
we
so
love
much.
You so much. Thanks. And if you do want to hear, thanks too. If you want to hear about my honeymoon, I will be talking about that whole experience on patreon.com/ladiesandtangents on our next Patreon. Why? Because I'm getting home yesterday and we don't have anything else prepared. So that's going to be a fun time. And if we don't have enough to fill it, we're going to play more of this game. So if you liked it, come hang out. Patreon.com/ladiesandtangents.
We love you so much. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right.
We're out.
Goodbye. Oh.